What is up YouTube, Skiz1 here once again, and today I have another installment for you of our Graffiti Freight Train Watching series. This is a series where we take a look at a lot of the great graffiti, a lot of the great artwork, throw-ups, tags, the whole 9 yards that are being displayed on these sort of moving art galleries that are here for those who are smart enough to look at them. So I'm going to jump right into it. As you can see behind me here, Cleanest has a super vibrant piece. I would say black fill-ins with any kind of light high value color for an outline. Very underrated. You're gonna see Slush again. He's been in other episodes. If you do want to check out some other episodes, I will link them in the cards in the corner, and at the end of this, if you want, you can, check them out. We've got, I think this is our 7th installment now of our Graffiti Freight Train Watching series, and we've got a ton of great lines that we've caught and been able to see a lot of great artists. And let me tell you, on this particular line, there's some really, really great artists as well. So it's good to see as well. Nice Vice piece here. Haven't seen anything of his before. Hailing from the MWS crew, possibly also NAK. But yeah, really nice piece by Vice. A lot of that simple stuff really gets me. If it's well done, the simple stuff can be really nice to look at. We have a holo here. Looks like it's by Saeoh. S-A-E-O-H, I don't know. Some of these pieces I have more to say about than others. I don't necessarily have something to say about all of them. And everything I am saying about these pieces, I think it's important to say is just sort of either an opinion of mine about what I like about them, or sort of just stuff I notice about them. I get into like artistic concepts a little bit when we're talking about this stuff, but not too much. While we have a few blank freights coming up here, I will say as well that I'm in Canada. I assume a lot of these writers are Canadian, but I know some of the ones I see here are not Canadian as well. And one of the big things we like to do here is, if you see anyone you know, maybe even yourself or friends, people in your area who you've seen up, put it in the comments. Let everyone know where these people are from, because they deserve some recognition for the great work that they're putting in. This exact freight was actually in another video, so I'm not going to pause on that one too much. I'll link that video in the corner. It's another one of our freight train watching series videos. Really loving this tell piece. A little bit of a unique style, to be honest. Sort of a mix between bubbly and blocky. Something I really do like that he did here, it's something very small, but something that's made a huge difference. Let me just step back so you can see it. This star that he's put in here, he put one there and one there. If he didn't put this in there, there would sort of be a big area of negative space that would have sort of made the piece look pretty bad, actually. So it's really good that he was able to just have the good sense to add something really small there, and it really cleaned up the piece, kept it consistent. And yeah, I really like this. I don't know what happened. They started a yellow outline. There, and it looks like his buddy over here was able to finish his yellow outline, and then, maybe they had to go. Gastio, beautiful, beautiful piece here. Loving that. But yeah, hopefully they were okay. Got a nice little 2012 up there in the Markall, or some sort of solid paint stick. Give you a better look at this Gastio piece, or a Gasio I should say. Yeah, this is really beautiful style. I like that. Very, very unique. You don't see this too much in too many areas, but yeah, really nice. I might go out on a limb here and just say, because you can see like, usually when you see kinds of drips like this, it's not necessarily because person writing wasn't able to make clean stuff. It was more because it was raining, and that might be this might be a case of that. You never know. That would be my guess. It looks like the type of drips you get when you're painting and it starts raining, but just a guess. Could be wrong. A couple things up here, really nice pieces. Unfortunately, this is something I've touched on in the past. This piece has been gone over by some jackass, and it was a super clean piece. A little bit faded out at the bottom, so I can't actually see what it said. Something BS, ABS maybe, I don't know, probably a crew name. But yeah, it was a really clean piece, and it's too bad that basically, I'm going to take a minute just to say here that, beef within the community doesn't only not help anyone, it's also childish, and it makes a lot of grown adults look like children, basically. So I would say the way I see graffiti, beef has no place in the graffiti community, and it should sort of just fizzle out, I would hope, if everyone can just be a little bit more mature. But yeah, I guess some people don't agree. Something I think we can all agree on, though, is that, you know, backward letters like this E are totally underrated. It's a beautiful emo piece right there, and you know, it makes it so much more symmetric the way he's done that. So really, really loving that. Absolutely clean, and you know, you can't have a problem with a piece like this. And even the background he did really, really nice. Helps the letters stand out. A chrome piece is a chrome piece. Can't hate on chrome either. That's always nice to use, and it's nice to see a bit more of a actual piece being done in chrome, because it's very common to see the throw-ups in chrome and anything like that, but what it's not common to see is actual pieces done, because it's a little bit less controllable, very liquid color to work with. But yeah, chrome is usable if you're good with the can control, that sort of thing. Someone did a roller here, did a roller background just to do a little throw up. That's a little strange, but I would hope most of you recognize Mason. You can tell here this is really an incredible piece for so many reasons. One of which I would say is the background here. If you look at the background colors he's mixed in there. Hopefully you guys recognize that symbol, you really should. One thing I do want to say about this piece though is when he's done an outline that's very like just sort of blasé like this, it really gives you a bit of an insight into his mind frame. Like, this isn't the type of thing where he did a sketch beforehand. He just sort of came out and did this massive piece, and to me that's really awesome. And I'm saying this because if you think about it, how would you sketch this? You wouldn't really put a bunch of pencil marks down on a paper like this, or at least I wouldn't think you would. So it's really awesome to see, you know, the professionalism in terms of creativity, color combinations, everything like that Mason is displaying just in even a simple piece like this. And you can see like a lighter blue in there, darker blue on the red, a pink in there as well. So this is just, if I can say anything about this piece, is it's just a professional ass piece. Really well done. There was something here that got blocked out, which is really irritating because it looked like it was a good piece. I am stepping in between the two lines of trains here. While I do that though, I do want to emphasize you need to be really careful when you're on tracks. Never have like headphones in, anything like that. Look where you're going, listen to what's coming. Always have your ears open. The line of tankers on this side has been in a previous episode, or at least most of the tankers have there. So I will link that episode in particular in the corner for you guys to check out if you want to look at some of the tag styles, throwy styles on the trains over to my left and your right. We have a real great bench over here, I have to say. Done in March of 2019 by the look of it. Grind your head, it says. Strange motto, but a motto at that. I'm giving you the best shot I can of it here. Probably done as a crew piece or something like that. Very, very nice though. See this guy up a lot actually. Love this Achu tag. Seen him on a couple things. He always has really clean tags. I haven't been fortunate enough to come across one of his pieces yet. Gnarly tag there. Done with a roller, probably, obviously. Another final Runal piece there. That's the last piece, so I'm gonna call it quits here. But if you want to check out more of these episodes, I will link the playlist on screen with them right now, and the next episode if it's up, if not maybe the last episode. And let me know if you saw anyone you knew. Until my next one, peace.